Hello and welcome to episode 48 of the Pilgrim Way, a Football Manager 2022 series here on Boston United FM. We've taken Boston United up from the Conference North to the Premier League, but using a management model more common across Europe than in the depths of English football, where our Director of Football controls our transfers and contracts. Professor Jonathan Van-Tam is our Technical Director, providing his medical expertise. Well, here we are. Our maiden Premier League season has begun, and we have actually won a game already. If we had lost all 38 matches this season, it would not have surprised me. We started off with losses at home to Southampton and Liverpool, but it was a trip to fellow promoted side Bournemouth that has hopefully kick-started a run of good results. After just 5 minutes, we were 2-0 up, 3-0 at half-time, and it ended 4-0 in our favour. Repeated that scoreline at home to Peterborough United in the EFL Cup second round, a team that was relegated from the Championship last season. Today, we play Aston Villa at home. It's good to see us outside of the relegation zone, and hopefully that will remain the case until May. We'll certainly settle for being level on points with Manchester City at the end of the season, as we are now. A quick look at some of the incoming transfers as made by the Director of Football. The first signing was our biggest outlay of the summer, fullback Brandon Soppy for £8.5 million from Luton Town. £4 million was spent on midfielder Matt O'Reilly from Brighton and Hove Albion, a Danish international and, judging by the few games so far, a set-piece expert. Reece Williams, the former Liverpool centre-back, is probably the most well-known of our new players and joined from Middlesbrough for £1.8 million. We brought in two new right-wingers as long-serving player Mamadi Camara departed to Burton Albion for £250,000. Favour Asagi, a 24-year-old Englishman, cost £2.9 million from Watford. Our second wide right player seemed to be a huge bargain. Just £425,000 was spent on Ben McNamee from Cardiff City. Amar Boussouf cost a little bit more than McNamee at £4.8 million, but our new 19-year-old Algerian will hopefully become a star for us in the middle of midfield. We also brought in two new goalkeepers, pushing impressive youngster Gethin Parry down to the under-23s. Paraguayan international Ricardo Riveros came in first for £450,000 and played in our first 3 games. However, on deadline day, the Director of Football obviously thought he could do better and signed South Korean international goalkeeper Kim Si-young for just under £1 million. Remaining winger or forward Christian Istrate came in for £1.9 million from Italian giants Milan. We brought in a Brazilian midfielder, Jorge Luiz, from Derby County for £1.6 million. The Director of Football enhanced our striking options with the purchase of Adamipo Odebeko from Stoke City for £800,000. Our second Paraguayan, Arturo Aguilera, cost £650,000 and will provide more competition on the left-hand side of midfield. We further bolstered our midfield with the signing of Dinka Topor, a Romanian, for £2.5 million. All in all, a very busy summer for the Director of Football, as there weren't many players leaving the club. Along with Camara, as mentioned previously, the only other players sold for money were backup goalkeeper Christian Walton and defender Haji Manoga. Kim Si-young makes his debut in goal today with Ben Lloyd at left-back, having signed permanently this summer. He was on loan to us from Brighton last season, but they clearly didn't see his future on the South Coast and transfer listed him. Brandon Soppy is at right-back with a central defensive duo of Alex Ashworth and Reece Williams. All 4 midfielders are new signings this season, with Arturo Aguilera and Ben McNamee as our wingers, and Matt O'Reilly and Amar Boussouf in the centre. Daniel Aguero has a new partner in Adamipo Odebeko. Left-sided winger Christian Estrate is injured with a twisted ankle, and young striker Chris Williams, who broke into the first team towards the end of last season, is out with a knee injury. We are allowed 9 players on the bench in the Premier League, with last season's squad members Dion Sanderson, Alistair McCormack, Matt Wicks and Timmy Abraham available if needed. We're at a point currently where the last 2 seasons' Championship Player of the Year, Idris El Mazouni, does not make the matchday 20, despite being fully fit. He may force his way into the side, however. Here we go. Boston United in the Premier League. We take on Aston Villa today, knowing that any points that we get really are just a bonus. If we win, that's even better. We are just about outside the relegation zone at this early point, and it was us to kick off. 17 minutes on the clock, Aston Villa attacking down the right-hand side. Ball cut back, they're now inside the penalty area. It's a curling effort, but it's hit the bar. Now a corner to Aston Villa, it's cleared, goes back out to the taker. And they've hit the bar yet again. Now 10 minutes or so to go until the break. It has been all Aston Villa so far, but it is still 0-0. Fabio Silva is playing up front for them. They're attacking down the right-hand side again. The ball's gone all the way through. And Morgan Freeman, not that one, has put Aston Villa ahead. They will probably say that they deserve this lead. They've hit the bar twice. And after 35 minutes, they finally go 1-0 up. And that is the score at half-time. We've not really done a lot in that first half. It's almost 50-50 in terms of possession. But we've just had the one shot on target. They've had 3 on target, plus a couple that have hit the woodwork. And Villa must be looking to be favourites to go on and get the 3 points today. Can't be harsh on the players. We still have to believe in them. See if we can go out into this second half and pick up an equaliser. We're counter-attacking from a corner. Here's Aguero. He shoots and he hits the bar this time. Soppy with a long-ish throw into the penalty area. He gets the ball back on the right-hand side. Cross comes in all the way to the far post. And I think we may have a penalty. We do get VAR now in the Premier League, and we do indeed have the spot kick. Set piece expert, as mentioned before the game, O'Reilly, he steps up and he scores. It's 1-1. That's his second goal of the season. And with 10 minutes or so to go, we have pulled the match level. Closing stages of the match. The ball's with the Aston Villa goalkeeper. He launches it long, and that is the final whistle. We do pick up another Premier League point. It didn't look likely at half-time. Aston Villa were very dominant, but with 10 minutes to go, we've somehow managed to get ourselves a penalty. And Matt O'Reilly has equalised. We have to be proud of the players. To come back from that half-time deficit and secure a point is very admirable. We actually overtook Villa in terms of possession in that second half and XG as well, but that was no doubt helped by the fact that we scored from a penalty. We climb a place to 13th with that point, as there are still 5 teams in the division who are yet to win any of their 4 games so far, including Aston Villa themselves. Something you may have noticed during the match is that we are no longer playing at our community stadium, mainly due to its tiny capacity of less than 7,000. We are now playing in the East Riding of Yorkshire and sharing with Hull City. However, in June, we will move into a new 15,000 all-seater stadium back in Boston. Hopefully, it will host Premier League football in its first season. We have a trip to the capital to face Fulham up next, and then we'll look to advance further in the EFL Cup at League One side Oxford United. We then have a daunting trip to Old Trafford to face a Manchester United team that won the domestic treble last season. We'll skip ahead to December for episode 49 with a home game against Arsenal. The aim by then is to continue picking up around a point per game and keep our heads above water. If you've enjoyed the content of this video, please don't forget to leave a like. And for more videos, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.